Yeah, hi traders. I thought I'd do a weekly wrap up, New Year's Eve today here, when the Northern Hemisphere, when you wake up in the morning, it'll be New Year's Eve for you too. Uh, Most of the stock exchanges are all closed. New Zealand Stock Exchange is open for a little bit, and they will be closed until next week after that. So there's not a lot of point of uh, hanging around watching markets over New Year's Eve and New Year's. So I thought I'd wrap things up for the week because it's been an awesome start to the year. I hope that you've caught some of the action and made some good money. But before we get started, let's get into the housekeeping. This video is for educational purposes only. It expresses my own personal opinions. It does not offer financial advice. By watching this video, you agree not to hold the distributors of this video responsible for any of the ideas and opinions expressed. Trading in the currency market is high risk, and because of the high leverage that is used in trading, you can stand to lose some or all of your money. If you have any doubt about trading in the currency market and feel you need investment advice, then you need to go to a qualified and registered financial advisor before any investment is made. Right, let's get into it. I'm not going to go through all the pairs because there's not a lot happening on all the pairs, but there are some key pairs that I am watching. I've taken profit on the Aussie CAD, New Zealand USD, because they've hit key resistance areas, and the only trades that I've got open, because I closed out all the Frankfurt London trades when I got up this morning, it was obvious they weren't going any further, so I might as well have the money in the bank. And the only trades that I have open is the Swiss trade with the US dollar, the USD Swissy. That's a daily candle change, and I want to talk about that in a minute. We're in good shape. It pulled back as they do. Remember, the daily candle change is a longer term trading. It's a different strategy to the London and Frankfurt's. Frankfurt and London are only impulse moves. They run 20 pips, 50 pips, sometimes 100 pips, and then they run out of steam and you just close them out. Whereas the daily candle change are about catching those big runs like we see on the daily time frame, these fellas here. Right, that being said, let's go take a look at where we're at with the Aussie dollar. As you know, I'm very bullish on the Aussie dollar. Here's the AUD USD. I'm waiting for, it'd be good if we got the right time frame, wouldn't it? Now, to see pullback, this is where I've got pending orders waiting, and I'm looking for a move up from here since we have now broken 77. And if you squish this up, you can see that the neckline's broken. I have stop losses for this entry under the daily candle here. And I'll just leave them in there. I'm expecting a decent move up. It may take a day, or two to get going. It may take weeks. I could be in this trade for weeks. And you can see head and shoulders here on a weekly. Now been broken, and the first target will be up in here, so that's where my take profit from my first position will be. Also on the way up here as we go, any pullback, like this sort of stuff, any little pauses like that will only be an opportunity to add to the position. My fundamental bias is that we're going to see parity. We're not going to definitely see parity, but we're going to get up near parity by the end of next year, and I'm going to be sitting on these trades. Profits will be locked in. Hopefully I'll be able to keep them open and reap the benefits. But once we've broken this up here, this opens up this area in here. So there's some big pips on offer. And of course, once we break this, it opens up this area here. You need to have a big picture perspective when you're trading. Trading on the smaller time frames is all very fine for your little impulse move, but you never ever make huge heaps of money. You do make a little bit of change, but they're only little moves. You know, this you want to know what is governing the direction of the trend when you trade. So that's the Aussie USD, Aussie New Zealand. Nothing as yet on here, but I do have things ready to go. Let's just have a look. There's nothing there. Let's go back down to the daily. The trend line has been broken. Now what I'm seeing here and what I'm looking for is, here's the left shoulder. I'm looking for a right shoulder to appear so we get a head and shoulders. All these Aussie pairs are similar in setting up. So it's just patience on the Aussie New Zealand at the moment. Aussie JPY has breached the neckline. It's done a retest. You can see this was what was going on here. You can see it here. Here's the left shoulder. And these patterns, remember, are not the foundation of trading. Support and resistance and price action. These patterns do not always work out. It's a typically proven fact, and anyone that trades based on pattern trading, in my book, needs their head read. Not trying to be rude, but seriously, that is not the way to trade. There's the neckline through there, and you can see that it's been broken. So that just is a little bit of cream on the top, these patterns, when you see them. It's broken the neckline, it's come back and retested. I have pending orders waiting on the Japanese yen now for here. Aussie Swiss. Not as clear cut. You can see all real messy candles. Look at all the wicks, and I'm not sure about this. I have pending orders up here. There is a little bit of a ugly head and shoulders in here, and I'm not holding my breath on this one. But Aussie CAD, I'm getting close. My pending order is actually up here to go again, and this one I'm really interested in here, without drawing out the whole thing. The neckline is well and truly been broken. There was this double bottom and what was a head and left and right shoulder there. It was broken a long time ago, and I think that this thing is moving, going to move. So there you have the Aussie pairs. Now there's nothing much happening at all on the Euro pairs, but just be aware that we have broken key support on the Euro AUD. Until it takes out this low here, I don't have that much confidence about this really making a significant move down, because if the Euro is going to strengthen, which I think it will once things settle down, then, and you've got the Aussie strengthening, I'm not sure what this is going to do. Same here on New Zealand, Euro New Zealand. So just watch this. Be interesting. If you get an impulse move off here in the London or Frankfurt, it'll be worth taking. Right, let's go to the Euro JP. Oh, let's go to the euro pound. So last night we got a really good move down, impulse move. You can see it there. That's yesterday's candle. It's today's candle. I'm not expecting. That was a good move. This is a good pair to trade. It's slow. You've got to be careful with it. And I only trade it with the impulse moves. And if it had got going today and started to make a move down to retest this, I would have been happy camper. But you know, I got over 150 pips out of this. You know, I got my first 20, and then I closed out 50 pips on my got my profit target, and closed out for about another 50 pips. So you know, a bit over 120, 130 pips. Sorry, not 200. And you know, it's a good return. You know, for every pip you get it. For every dollar invested, you get about $1.20, $1.30 from my broker on this. That's why I like trading it. But nothing. So patience. Euro JPY still sitting here, just watching this. Fully aware we've had indecision. Fully aware that this could go and retest this line, which is a trend line on the monthly. And if we break this trend line on the monthly, then we've got a different kettle of fish. But I am expecting this to come back, retest this, and come down. That's my hope, because I just watching things lift a little bit in the Japanese economy. We'll have to wait and see. There's no guarantees. Okay, EuroCAD, very messy. Again, if we got a really good move off the bottom here, yeah. Euro USD has broken 23. And it's come back now. We've got the retest. I have pending orders now sitting just in here, above the high of yesterday's candle. Right, we'll leave the pound AUD. We won't, nothing to talk about there. Pound CAD's the same. Swissy was that move up I got last night. That was beautiful. And then it just pulled back off. Before I went to bed, I closed it out because I could see it was slowing on the strength indicator. Pound JPY, again, I'm expecting the US JPY to move south, and I'm not sure. You know, I have been expecting the pound JPY to move south, but if you put a trend line through here, this has really got to be broken. We'll go there. This has got to be broken. You can see where it's broken out before. You come back in, and this 140 to 142 is a very critical area. So be careful here. So I'll only be trading it with impulse moves with Frankfurt, London. Pound New Zealand, a little bit messy. Looking for a break of this trend line if it's going to make a move higher, and a break of this level here. If not, it could just hit this and just continue to trickle down and maybe retest some of this down here. I do think that in the mid to long term, we're going to get some really good moves off the pound pairs. I think the pound will strengthen again in time. Now, pound USD, lovely move up, lovely impulse move. We have now broken 1.36. We just need to pop a pending order up in there. Not really expecting too much out of this until the beginning of the new trading week next week. Let's see what happens. As long as this area of support now holds, you know, we'll put it in there. We've got a good chance of going higher, and this has very good potential for a really long-term move. Now, once we get in here, of course I will be trading any impulse moves off the Frankfurt and London, but once we get in here, I mean, let's take a look at key areas of support and resistance, and I'm going to go to the monthly for this. Once this thing begins to go, I want to try to hold it. Daily time frame technique, and this is clearly the next big resistance, big resistance for it. Then after that, it becomes this. And we can get a lot of intermittent trading in between here with the Frankfurt and London. We have a double bottom here, and I think that this is going to become the governing, what I call the governing pattern for the next mid to long term. So keep an eye on it. We'll see if I'm right. It's only an opinion, but we're set to make a move up, and now that we've broken this key area, I'm looking to trade it now towards this. Let's quickly have a look at New Zealand CAD. This has broken a key area. Now I'm waiting for the retest and then I'll get back in. New Zealand JPY, we've broken, I've taken profit. So this is where I had the start of my entry for New Zealand. It's just in here. And we've wound that up. But, you know, it was a really nice trade. Back to the daily thing. We just held it. Now that we've hit that key area, 74, took profit. I'm now just waiting to trade off this area. That's New Zealand JPY, sorry, not New Zealand USD. And again, I'm being very cautious with this because I'm just not sure which way the EMPs are going to go. I've been quite bearish on the yen after doing a bit of research and catching up on my readership, and that I'm not too sure there's over 50-50. New Zealand USD. Taking profit, that's where we got in. Took profit, it's just broken 72. I'm looking for the retest now, or the break of this high, and I'm pending orders waiting. We get a retest down here, I might be able to bring that entry back in again. And from here, I'm really are looking to hold it big time. And you can see, like, this is the daily time frame. And here's the reversal pattern here, left, right, here. And the neckline for that was just across here, look. And look at the move that we've got. And then this is where you make the big money. You can absolutely radically change your lifestyle around this stuff. Okay, USD CAD has actually triggered this morning for me. Now I'm going to revert to the bar charts. Okay. So you can see that this is in a downtrend. We had the pullback off here, and we talked about that once we get a bullish signal, you can see here it's taken, after this big bull candle, it didn't close near the high, it closed only halfway up the stick. And then we had all these inside bars. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yesterday, I had my penny was just sitting under here. Yesterday, I was triggered. I don't know, sometime in the night I wasn't up, but I'm now in this trade, and I will be adding to it once it breaks the low here. My stop losses are just in up here, and I'm expecting this trend to continue. USD Swissing. I want to talk about this. Okay, so that's where I got in, was right in here. Beautiful trading down day. Then when we opened here, we went right back up. So I got my first position off. Got my first 50 pips. I'm always going for a 50 pip for my first position on my daily candle change. Now, I really like this. I said this at the time. A really good risk reward. That was only 50 pips. So I got my 1-to-1. Now we're down again here, and it dropped a little bit earlier today and it's pulled back, and I'm expecting this to carry on, and I'm targeting key resistance areas. Let's go and have a look, see if we can see this now that it's breaking out of here. This area here is really key. We've got a way to get down here. We've got a lot of pips. So my second position is targeted down here. You know, that's 194 pips. And I'll just sit on it. And with these trades, you've got to sit on it. If we break this here, there's a lot of open country. You know, there would be the next key area of support. You know, you just go to the weekly or monthly and you can get very accurate, strong areas of support. Now, of course, when you're trading impulse moves, you should be looking at the support and resistance areas on the hourly, you know, like with the Frankfurt London, you know, but those, to get the big money, this is what you need to do, because you need the big picture. And I don't take too much notice of roughly in there, of and then probably there. And you know, and I don't think that this thing, well, you never say never. And that's all you've got. That's all you got in front of you. That's the way it'll play. And I don't know how low this is going, but I can see it coming down here. I'm sure that we're in for a weaker US dollar. So for the big picture over this year, I'll be trading this south. Okay, USD Swissy. Oh, coming back to the USD Swiss just for a moment. Look, when you're trading off and around, everything I do on my daily candle changes based around what's happening on the daily, basically. So we get in here, just because we get closed up here. See, once the first position's off, you draw it and you wait. A lot of traders would panic and they'd just close out their trade. This market moves in waves. Okay, so from when it broke out here, we had the first push down, we've got a pullback now. Now this third push should be a decent push. May not be. But let's just wait and see. This is a totally different way of trading. It's not in and out like the impulse. This is where you make your big money. USD JPY. I'm just waiting for a break. I'm waiting for a break at 103. I will be in again. And I have pending orders sitting under 103, which is just in here. That's it. Okay, the retest. I did take this a couple of days ago when the market opened, but I only took one position. I just wanted to trade it down to here, which I did, and I was looking for a close, not just the low, but a close below 103, and I would have added to it. It didn't work out that way. It pulled back up and closed here yesterday, candle, and today there's a little bit of a bullish tone, you could say. Okay, let's just have a look at silver and gold. 1900. I have pending orders here waiting to go. Now this could just go sideways. Don't be tempted to trade in here. These are the key levels. This is where traders get beaten up. But we get a break above here, and I like what I see potentially, which is setting up just like the way price is. It doesn't mean to say price can't come and retest here. I think in the long term, gold and silver are going to run higher, much higher. Silver's the same. Here's the key level, 27 for silver. Be patient, wait. The big money is big money in trading these metals. All right, now just to finish up, I want to take a look at the dollar index, and you can see that today already it's making a break, and this is a key area, and that's why those setups on, say, the Aussie USD, New Zealand USD that we looked at are looking likely. So I'm all set to go. I wish you a very good, prosperous new year. Happy New Year to you. I pray that your families will be healthy and free from virus concerns. I also pray and wish you a very prosperous trading year this year. Let's make this year an absolute cracker. If you have friends that are trading and they want to be part of this group, just let me know. I'm happy for that to take place. But I'm here to make money. I'm planning to expand my investment portfolio in property and land again this year, and trading enables me to do that. And I'm looking to have another great year. I've done on the Forex market again over 25% return on my starting capital, and that little account that I stripped out and just started at 100, that's up to 140 bucks now, and just trading 10-cent lots, and that's only a week. So keep your trading simple. I can't just forget about everything you've been taught. For me, my turnaround point came when I chucked out all the stuff out of my head that was holding me back. 90% of retail traders fail. Look what they use. They use Fibonacci's, they use patterns, they use outdated indicators that were never meant for the Forex market. They transfer them from the stock market. Is it any wonder 90% of people fail? There's a reason here. And I want to repeat again what Chris Polver said to me. He said to me that if you learn to trade support and resistance correctly, you will be a very successful trader. And so what happens is that, when the markets are flat, people go back, they look at all sorts of things, harmonics and sharp patterns and everything. That's not the way to trade. The market will tell you what it's going to do. And price action and support and resistance is a foundation, along with strict money management. It's very, very key to successful trading. And anyone can do it if they have the discipline, and they can get away from making things complicated. You never see a lot of indicators on my chart. There's a reason for that. So take care. Have a great New Year's Eve, safe New Year, and we will see you back in the chat room at the beginning of the new week. Yes, I will be nosing around at Frankfurt. I just can't help myself, not expecting anything. And then I'm going out later. We're going to celebrate the New Year together with friends, family, and have a great weekend. So push the subscribe button, leave a comment. I do have a public email that you can contact me in. So if you're interested in coming into the chat room, it's not going to cost you anything. It's free. My mission in life is to put these cowboys that promote their educational packages that only work in certain market positions, you put them out of business, because you don't need to spend lots and lots of money on education, especially the wrong education. It's crazy. So take care. Talk to you later. Have a great New Year's Eve, New Year, great weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.